we're here with Lacy Jags, and we're excited to have you guys on for June 9th, man. It's going to be a pleasure to play with you guys. Tell us a little bit about how the name Lacy Jags comes in, because honestly, the way I saw it, it sounded like a British slang word for dirty underwear or something.
I love it.
That's what I thought originally. I wasn't sure if it was any different. What do you guys think about your...
That's actually it.
That's, yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh,
yeah.
Right on the
Good
nail.
guess.
Nailed
Okay.
it.
I say, love.
Say
Do you
love.
mind if I...
Take a look at you.
Lacy Jags.
I wish that were it. That would be so much cooler, right?
Right.
No, it's actually from a Walt Whitman poem.
Oh, okay.
It's like a fairly well-known poem. It's not like a deep cut. It's from Leaves of Grass. And I guess the way that it's used in the poem, it's describing how jags on a saw, or those little teeth are actually called jags.
Right.
And so he talks about how he wants to, he will be born again as a tree perhaps and be cut with lacy jags. And it's all about this sort of existential thing of life and death. Basically. And that's just a very small excerpt, 2 words from that poem.
Wow, that's really prophetic for kind of like a psych rock vibe.
Yeah.
How does that play into your sound? Does the name kind of complement what you guys play? I've heard a lot of your stuff on Spotify and just through looking up your videos about hopscotch. I know you guys played maybe about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Last year. Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
It was fun.
it's funny because on YouTube there's this high school band that's such a high school band.
I totally noticed that.
Yeah.
That was really, really hilarious.
And when we were playing at Hopscotch, we played at 10 o'clock, and immediately after we were done playing, television was playing over at the big venue. And I love them. They're a wonderful band. And as I was waiting to get my beer to see television, these guys who really didn't seem like psych rock guys at all came up and said, "Whoa, dude, that set was great." Thanks. He's like, "No, it was really great." It's like, "Thanks, wow." And he said, "Man, you guys have gotten so much better." I'm like, "Better than what?" He said, "Well, I saw some footage of you guys when you were in high school. And you were so square, so straight and all that. And something must have happened." I was like, "Ah." And none of them had curly hair. None of them looked like Patrick or anything. And I had to tell him.
Must have been a long time for a couple of people since high school, I'm sure. I mean, it was just like yesterday.
Yeah,
yes,
6
right?
years ago.
So, that brings an interesting question. What were you guys like in high school?
I was very much into eating LSD. I was very into the Grateful Dead. I was also very structured. I was a pretty committed athlete, oddly enough. So
You were an acid leak.
I was an acid leak. I did a lot of I was pretty much like a hip square. Didn't break the rules too much, but would do all of the.
But yeah, snuck around the corners.
Yeah, always. Right.
That's
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
That sounds a lot like another band that we booked called Lazarus Pit. They're absolutely up that route.
You guys are really excited to play this festival and that type of thing.
Yeah, dude.
Well, it's about time, the area had a Psych Fest. I mean, this area's had a great tradition of Psych bands for a long time. I mean, even back in the 90s, there were people flirting with it when it wasn't very cool. And I mean, my relationship with psychedelic music is born of the South because, REM, when they started out, was a psychedelic band.
They're jangly pop.
They were jangly, weird psychedelic pop.
Right.
I always say that they sounded like they were doing the Byrds wrong, And they recorded with Mitch Easter, who played in Let's Active, and that guy's not afraid of a paisley shirt. And then on the West Coast, the Paisley Underground scene was happening, and so I went from listening to just regular music to listening to psychedelic music overnight because of what was coming out of Athens, Georgia, and Chapel Hill.
Right.
And so, flash forward to the 90s, and the Veldt, who were a big part of this thing, were playing shoegaze music when Like they're the only other band that I knew of in town other than mine that was flirting with that stuff.
Right.
So, I mean, it's long overdue, and I'm really glad you're doing it.